Ah. All right. You guys can still hear me, right? Yeah, okay. All right, so if you are going to follow along on a playlist, I'll tell you when to start it. We're going to chat for a moment. I'm sorry, we're running 2 minutes late. So I have 2 blocks. If basically the blocks are when you're in a hip flexor stretch, just to get a little bit of length. You can always have your hands down, but the blocks would help you with something like that. If you need them for triangle, things like that. I also have a strap. It's not necessary for today, just to let you know. At one point, we're going to do half bow. And so if this is not something that's super accessible for you, you can always just reach or use the strap. So if you want to come down, get a comfortable seat, we will get started today. I feel all frantic when I'm, got to get my right notes here. Okay. So I'm going to leave the door open so it'll be a little bit cool, but just that way there's a little bit more circulation. I don't put fans on, kind of like Allie, unless I'm asked. I'm always cold. So if you're not, let me know and I will turn on fans. Okay. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Valentine's Day, we're going to work on heart openers today, which I feel like is very predictable. But I wanted to talk about kind of a different aspect of love. So I had originally had a class plan and this wonderful poem and all of that. And then I have a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and my 8-year-old came home from school talking about the Valentine's Day activities that they did. And they had to write, they had a heart, and they had 4 quadrants in it, and they had to write in each quadrant something they loved about themselves. And I loved that. And I wish that that was something we were taught more of when we were kids, because it's something that as you get older, we don't. And it's different than ego. It's different than overconfidence. It's just about accepting and loving yourself. And I loved that concept. So today on Valentine's Day, I want to talk about being sure that your heart is open to you. Self-love is not simply a state of feeling good. It is an action. Self-love is a choice. It is a way of relating to yourself that involves being understanding for your mistakes, understanding in your losses, and being able to effectively communicate with yourself about life without harshly judging or punishing yourself. Research has shown that learning how to self-love is associated with less anxiety and depression, better recovery from stress, an overall more optimistic outlook on life, better adherence to healthy behavior changes. In short, self-love is how you view yourself and how you treat yourself. While self-love is not necessarily innate, it can be taught. Here's just a few helpful tips on how to self-love today. Recognize how you are feeling. Accept how you're feeling. Think about your feelings from an outsider's perspective. Forgive yourself and say no to others. So with that, find a comfortable seat if you're not there already, and sit up really nice and tall. Take the outsides of your shoulders to the long sides of your mat and pull the shoulder blades onto your back, crown of the head up nice and tall. So in Anusara, there's an invocation that in some classes you may have heard. They sing in Sanskrit at the beginning. It's not something, I don't sing, so I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to try really hard to read some of the Sanskrit, so I apologize if I don't have it correctly, but I'm going to read then the interpretation of each. And this is something Megan Miller read in class on Friday, and it's a very slight interpretation, different interpretation than what was said in the studio before, and I thought it really was really in line with what we're talking about here today. Om Namah Shivaya Gurave. I bow to the goodness within myself, the true eternal teacher. Satchitananda Murtaye. The essence inside of me takes the form of pure joy, pure awareness and bliss. Nish Prapanchaya Shantaya. Always present, luminous and full of peace. This essence is my true nature. Niralambaya Tejase, independent in its existence, full of light and always supporting me. If you do have my playlist, Cover Me in Sunshine, go ahead and start that. And then let's all take our hands to our knees We're gonna do some seated cat-cows, open up the spine a little bit. So sitting up nice and tall, on your inhale, take your shoulders down your back, start to send your gaze upward a little bit, bring your belly button forward. On your exhale, round your back, pull your belly button into your spine, send your gaze towards your ankles. Inhale, lift up, get a nice little curve. Exhale, round it out. One more, inhale into modified cow, then exhale into modified cat. And then come on back to the center. Again, crown of the head up all the way to the sky. Inhale, reach your arms up. All right, plug your shoulder blades down as you reach through the fingertips. Take your right hand down to the earth. Press down to the left sit bone and reach up with your left arm, and then reach it over your ear. Pull back through the left shoulder so that you're spinning your torso towards the top of the mat. So it's more important to be facing the top of the mat and reaching up. If you find yourself rounding forward to do it, come off of it a little bit. All right, inhale, reach it up. And then exhale, take it to the other side. First, pressing down through the left hand and the right butt cheek. And reach up through the hands and then reach over. Sorry, I just said butt cheek. Inhale, reach it up. And then exhale your hands to your heart center. All right, let's come into tabletop position. We'll do some traditional cat-cows. So hands in line over your shoulders, hips in line, over your knees. And then think about that nice long straight spine in this position too. So take the crown of your head towards the top of your mat. So you're gonna have to send your gaze down to the mat in between your thumbs or just right above your fingertips. Sit bones back and apart. Take a breath in as you go ahead and take the tailbone up, belly button towards the earth, shoulders on your back, and look up. Exhale, take it the other way, rounding through the back, tucking the tailbone, sending your gaze to your thigh. Inhale, taking it back through that beautiful cow. And exhale, rounding up into cat. One more time, inhaling here and exhaling. And back to neutral spine. All right, one more spine warm up here. So let's go ahead and reach your right arm forward, pull in through the abs, and then take your left foot back. Turn your toes to face the mat and press the heel behind you. Nice big deep breath in here. And then exhale, take your elbow to your knee, round your back, pull your belly button up into your spine. Inhale, reach. Exhale, pull it in. Again, inhale, reach. And exhale, round. One more time, just reach it out. And then go ahead and place the hand and the knee back down. Get your foundation set if you lost it. We'll do the other side. Left hand forward, right foot back. Again, turn the toes. Press the heel back, nice straight line. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale and exhale. And reach it out. And go ahead and take that on down. All right, move your knees back about 2 or 3 inches. Curl those toes. Let's come up into our first downward facing dog. Straighten through the knees. Take the hips up to the sky. Press through the knuckles and the finger pads. Take all the pressure off your wrists. Good. Walk the dog out just a little bit here, bending one knee, straightening the other. All right, come back to a static dog if you're still moving. And then let's shift our weight forward into a plank pose and wiggle your toes back as much as you need to make that happen. All right, this is our proper hand and foot placement for downward facing dog. So go ahead and press back up into downward facing dog. If this does not feel accessible, go ahead and walk your toes back in just a little bit. But if it is accessible and just slightly uncomfortable, try to get used to this being your dog. All right, come on down to your knees. Take your big toes to touch, knees apart, and come into a child's pose. Sinking your hips back towards your heels, forehead to the earth. Nice long spine. Crawl your fingertips towards the top of the mat. Hollow out the underarms. Now, when you crawl those fingertips up, if your hips came up, go ahead and sink them back towards your heels. All right, come on back up through. We're going to find a downward facing dog again. This time, in our downward facing dog, we're going to shorten our dog. So walk your feet in until your heels can touch the ground. Keep pressing through the knuckles, press through the heels, pull up through the abs, and then take your right hand and reach for your left ankle. Keep your gaze going towards that hand, underneath the underarm, towards the back corner of your mat. All right, go ahead and take the right hand back down, and we'll switch it out. Left hand comes to the right ankle. And then bring that hand back down. And then go ahead and walk your hands towards your feet into your forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need to connect to the earth. Or you can always use a block. All right, inhale, come up halfway, lift, hands to your shins, tailbone back, and then fold it down. And press the feet, inhale, reach all the way up. Let's cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reach, and hands down to your heart center. My music is a little low here. Trying to not distract the people online, but have you guys hear it. Okay. All right, so let's inhale, reach up. Keep reaching through the fingertips, and again, plug the shoulders down your back. Squeeze your fingers as if you were trying to hold a block in between. Reach up, and then exhale, reach over to the right. So just like when you're on the floor, pull back to the left shoulder, so you're nice and square at the top of the mat, and press the left foot. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, take it to the other side. And bring it up. Okay, same thing in a twist. You want to try to keep the hip bones square to the top of the mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, right hand behind you, left hand forward. You can maybe send your gaze to the right side of your mat, but keep pulling back to the left hip. All right, on your next inhale, release the twist, reach it up. On your next exhale, take it the other way. Right hand forward, left hand back. This time, pull back through the right hip. Good. And then bring it back up and forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach all the way up. Squeeze that imaginary block. Take another breath in. Exhale, take it to the right. Inhale it up. Exhale it to the left. Inhale it up. Exhale, twist right hand back, left hand forward. Inhale it up. We'll go the other way. It doesn't matter. And take it the other way, whichever way you went. Take it the other one. Say hi to your friend. Inhale, reach up, and hands down to your heart center. All right, so we're going to do a couple rounds of Sun A. So take a look down at your toes facing forward, or your heels in line with your toes and with your knees. Press down through all four corners of your feet. Take the thighs back and apart as you pull up through the abs. Shoulders down your back. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, forward fold down to the mat. Inhale, come up halfway, lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find a plank pose. Hold this plank. You can always take your knees down. If you start to feel your pelvis drop, we don't want this action. So if you can't pull it up in a nice straight line, take your knees down to the mat for stability. Pull up through the abs, press through the heels. Take another breath in here, and then exhale, bend your elbows straight back behind you, Chaturanga Dandasana, nice straight line all the way down to your stomach. Good, curl your toes, press the toenails into the mat. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, fold, come back down to the mat, stay here. Inhale, another cobra. And release it down. One more time, inhale, third cobra. And release. Now you can go ahead and tuck those toes and come on up, downward facing dog. Go ahead and make whatever movements you need here. All right, bend your knees and look forward, and on your exhale, journey to the top of your mat, finding that forward fold. Again, keeping your knees bent as much as you need to make contact with the earth. Take your hips up towards the sky. Crown of the head towards the toes. Inhale, come up halfway, lift. Exhale, fold it back down. Inhale, all the way up. On your exhale, cactus your arms. Shine that beautiful heart forward. Inhale, reach. Exhale, hands to your heart center. Inhale, reach up to the sky. And exhale, forward fold back down to the mat. Inhale, come up halfway, lift, hold it here. Take another big breath in here. On your exhale, empty out your stomach, pull your belly button in, and at the end of that exhale, fold it down, hips up to the sky. Plant your hands, step your feet back, find that plank pose. Take another breath in here. Exhale, bend your elbows back, Chaturanga Dandasana. All the way down to the stomach, flip the toes, inhale, cobra. And exhale, forward, or I'm sorry, downward facing dog. It'd be really hard to come into a forward fold from that. Couple of breaths here. All right, bend your knees and look forward, and on your exhale, journey to the top of the mat, forward fold. Inhale it up, halfway lift. Again, exhale, empty out the stomach, and then fold it down. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, cactus the arms, open it up. Inhale, reach, and hands to your heart center. All right, one more, but when we come down on Chaturanga, we're gonna do something different than a cobra, so hang with me. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, fold it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, pull it down, step back, plank pose. Press the knees back, pull up through the quads, or not knees, heels, boy. And lower down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Come all the way to your stomachs and stay here. Keep your hands where they are, take your toenails down to the mat. Take your right hand out to the right side. All right, we're gonna use the left hand to roll over onto the right shoulder and onto the right hip. So as much as you can, if this, you can always back off of it. If you want to take it deeper, you take this left foot up and over behind you to the earth. Again, just listen to your body, what feels good on your shoulder. And you'll see when the other side, one side might be very different than the other. All right, go ahead and roll back to your stomach. Bring your right hand back into the cobra position. Take your left hand out long. Press through the right hand, roll onto the left shoulder, into the left hip. Check in with your shoulder, and if you can, go ahead and take that top foot behind you for a little extra oomph. And then roll over onto the stomach. Toenails down, hands in the cobra position, so your fingertips are in line with the top of the armpit, underarm. Inhale, press up, cobra. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale as you look forward, and on your exhale, journey to the top of the mat, finding that forward fold. Inhale it up halfway, fold it back down, and then reach for the sky. Go ahead and cactus those arms, open it up, reach for the sky, and hands to your heart center. All right, nice and warm yet? All right. Gotta strip some layers here. You guys, those of you that don't know me well, you know it's bad when I start to strip layers, because I'm like dressed like this in July usually. All right, when you're ready, find the top of your mat. Press down through all four corners of the feet, up through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach for the sky, shoulders down your back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale it up, halfway lift. Plant the hands, send the left foot back. Wiggle the toes back as far as you can. We're gonna take a hip flexor stretch here. So take your left knee down. And so we're looking for the right knee over the right ankle, but a nice big angle here on the left foot. And this is where those blocks might come in handy so that we can have our hands down and our chest up. So my knee right now is a little bit above my ankle. So I'm gonna pull that back, and then I'm gonna sink my hips down evenly. And so we should be feeling this in the hip flexors. And so you can always have the blocks at whatever level you need, or if you can access the floor. But the main thing is we don't want to be hunched to access it. So however you can keep your spine nice and straight. You might want to go to the milkshake. There's a milkshake, hot dog, hamburger. Okay, so just breathe through it. This is the Pink song. It's her daughter singing with her. It's so sweet. Okay, go ahead and move the blocks out of the way. We're going to switch it out. So raise the back knee, and then step forward into that forward fold. And inhale, halfway lift. Plant the hands. This time, take the right foot back and wiggle the toes back. So you get a nice big deep stretch here. Take the right knee down, knee over the ankle, and then bring the chest up. Nice long spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, sink the hips down a little bit more without moving that knee. All right, go ahead and move the blocks out of the way, raise the back knee up, step forward. We're gonna come up halfway lift. We're gonna plant those hands. We're gonna take the left foot back again, this time not quite as deep. We're gonna take the knee down and bring our arms all the way up. So now we're still at the front knee over the ankle, but we're not with not as big of a angle here on the back. All right, so we're gonna add that twist in here. So take a breath in, exhale, right hand behind you, left hand forward. So we're twisting the same direction as the knee. Other way. Yeah, there you go. Inhale, reach it up. Clasp your hands, send your index fingers up towards the sky, and then reach them up as high as you can and pull the shoulder blades down your back. So thinking about all this length, we're not gonna take a huge back bend here. We're gonna inhale, pull those abs up and in, or on exhale, and then reach the fingertips back behind you just a little bit, taking the heart towards the sky, thinking about a long spine. And then bring the hands down, frame the foot, raise the back knee. Hold this runner's lunge here for a moment. If you need the blocks, go ahead and grab them. Press the heel back and raise up through the left quad a little bit. Press through the right foot and step forward, forward fold. Inhale it up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands. Let's take it to the other side. Right foot back, right knee down, left knee in line over the ankle, and when you're ready, inhale, reach it up. Squeeze, think about these outer hip points squeezing in towards the midline. Inhale here, exhale, right hand forward, left hand back, twisting the same direction as the knee. Inhale, bring it up. Go ahead and take that clasp, index fingers up, reach them for the sky. Inhale here, exhale, slight bend, taking the fingers behind you, heart towards the sky. And then bring it down. Frame the foot, raise the back knee, hold this runner's lunge for a moment. And then step forward, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, reach it up. And again, let's bend those elbows, cactus your arms, reach for the sky, and hands to your heart center. All right. Moving my stuff out of the way. So half splits in this next series. So if you need blocks for those, just have them handy. Okay. Feet hip distance apart. Inhale, reach it up. And then bend your knees, send your hips back, chair pose, Utkatasana. Make sure you're squeezing through those thighs. And then in this chair pose, take your hands to your knees. We're gonna do some cat-cow stretches here. So inhale, heart forward, shoulders on your back. Exhale, round it through. Inhale, modified cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale. And all right, forward fold down to the mat. Bring it up, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, plank, or straight into downward facing dog. If you don't want to take a vinyasa, just lift your hips up into downward facing dog or bend your elbows back, lower down to the mat. Inhale, cobra pose, and exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna add a little twist here. So press the left foot, raise your right toes up, and then we're gonna bend the right knee, stack the right hip over on top of the left. Okay, so if you're like me, your left shoulder probably dip down here, pull up through the left shoulder so you're square to the top of the mat, and then try to take the heel closer to the glute. Straighten through the right leg, and we're gonna take that forward, plant the foot in between the thumbs, however you need to get it there. So if you need to grab it and physically move it up, we're coming back to this runner's lunge. Okay, so on your knee and line over your ankle. Yeah, Okay, and then we're gonna come up to a high lunge. So either crawl your hands up your thigh or power through your foot and reach up. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of reach forwards here. So we want a nice long straight spine. Again, we're not looking for a cat here, we're looking for a cow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, reach forward. Nice straight spine. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, reach it forward. Inhale it up. One more time. Good. And then up. All right. Take a breath in here and then exhale, slowly bend through your left knee. Maybe even hover it over the mat. Or just take it straight down. There we go. Come on back to that low lunge. All right, we're gonna take that twist again. So inhale here, exhale, right hand back, left hand forward. And then bring it up. Okay, so half split. So take your hands down. I like to move my back knee back a little bit, okay? And then if you need the blocks, go ahead. We're gonna straighten through the right leg and pull the right toes up. All right, so your right hip might be all up, so we want it even with your left. So pull down through the right hip, and right there, you should feel a nice big difference in that hamstring. All right, if your hands can reach the floor, go ahead, or keep them on the blocks. Nice, long, straight spine here. Take a breath in, and then exhale, take your stomach down towards your side just a little bit more. All right, go ahead and bring it up. Let's bend through the knee, come back through this low lunge, and inhale, reach it up. Okay, hands behind your back, clasp your hands, keep your elbows bent. Take your thumbs against your low back here, okay? So inhale, take a breath in here, then exhale. You okay, Kent? Oh, sorry. All right, take a breath in here and then exhale, straighten your elbows, take your knuckles down. Feel how that pulls the shoulders onto your back and your heart forward. So we don't even need a big back bend here. We're already starting to get there. Keep squeezing the outer hip points in together. If you want to take a little bit deeper, take a breath in, exhale, take your knuckles down towards that back thigh. All right, bring it back to neutral, release the hands, reach up. Go ahead and frame the foot and raise the back knee. This time we're gonna come up into a standing split. So press through the right foot, lift your left toes up. Try to hold it here. Maybe lift the left heel up just a little bit more. Take the crown of your head down towards the mat. And then release the foot down, forward fold. Inhale it up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Let's inhale, reach all the way up. And again, cactus those arms, shine that beautiful heart forward. Reach for the sky and hands to your heart center. We'll do the other side. My other obsession is queen, by the way. Inhale, reach it up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, either plank or downward facing dog. If you're in plank, go ahead and take that vinyasa, bend your elbows straight back, chaturanga dandasana, down to your stomach. Turn the toes and inhale, cobra pose. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, we're all in downward facing dog now. Press through the right foot, lift your left toes up. Bend your left knee and then slowly take that left hip over on top of your right. Pull up through the right shoulder. Are you okay? Trying to keep those shoulders square at the top. I don't know what's how. I've lost control of the room, guys. All right, go ahead and straighten through the left leg. And then we're going to take that knee forward and plant the foot down in between the thumbs, however you need to get it there. We'll wait, come into that runner's lunge. All right, and then we're going to come into high lunge. Either crawl those hands up your thighs or reach them up. High lunge. So we got a nice stable high lunge here. So your back heel is up and we're lifting up through the right quads there. If you need to widen on your mat from side to side for stability, go ahead and move that back foot to do so. All right, squeeze everything in, take a breath in, lots of length. Exhale, keep that length as you reach your hands forward towards the top of your mat. Inhale it up. Exhale. Reach it up. One more time. All right, We're gonna take it down to the mat, take a breath in, exhale, slowly bend through the right knee, maybe hover it right over the mat. Can you do it? And then release it down. All right, inhale here, we're gonna take that twist again. Exhale, right hand forward, left hand back. Good. Inhale it up. And then bring the hands back behind you. No, we're gonna do half splits. I lied. Take your hands down to the blocks or to the earth, move that back knee back a little bit, and then straighten through the left leg. Bring the left toes up. Just like before, we're gonna pull down through the left hip and feel the big difference there in the hams. Take a breath in, nice long spine, and then exhale, stomach straight down. Keep pulling down through the left hip. And then bend to the knee. Maybe pull that back knee in a little bit. And now we're gonna reach it up. Keep squeezing those outer hip points in. Energetically take your left heel towards your right knee. Bring your hands behind your back. Clasp your hands opposite thumb on top. If it feels wrong, you're doing it right. Take a breath in. Exhale, straighten the knuckles down towards the thigh. Pull the shoulder blades on your back, crown of the head stays up, abs stay in. If you want to deepen it, take another breath in here. Exhale, pull the knuckles down closer to the earth. Take your heart towards the ceiling. And then bring it back to neutral. Reach it up, frame the foot, raise the back knee. Press through the left foot, raise the right toes up, standing splits. Take the crown of the head towards the toes. And then release the right foot down. Inhale it up, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. And hands to your heart center. All right. Feeling all nice and open, twisty, warm? All right. Let's inhale, reach it up. And exhale, take it down. Inhale, halfway up. Plant the hands, take the left foot back. We're gonna come back into that high lunge. So press through the right foot, either crawl it up or reach it up, high lunge. Squeezing it all together. So you might wanna take your back foot back a little bit. You want your knee in front of your, yeah, there you go. You got it? Okay, awesome. All right, so now we're gonna take that clasp again. So take your hands behind your back, clasp your hands. Inhale, straighten away. Try to keep the spine up nice and tall, crown of the head up. Keep your knee over that ankle. If you want to deepen it, take a breath in, exhale, take the knuckles back just a little bit. Release the clasp, reach it up. We're going to come into a warrior two, so take your left foot flat to the earth, toes to the left side of your mat. Arms out to the top and the bottom of your mat. Okay, is right knee in line over your ankle. So I think you can widen a little bit, so yeah. Good. Okay, so turn the torso, so it's on the torso is facing the long left side of the mat. Yeah. And then look over your right fingertips. Beautiful. Press the outside edge of your back foot, strengthen through that back leg, flip your front palm and reverse your warrior. Reach it up and then over the ear towards the back of the mat, other arm. Yeah, good. Beautiful. Bring it back through and then let's straighten the front leg. If you lost that torso, turn it to the long side of your mat. Reach towards the top of the mat with your right hand. Get lots of length in this right rib cage here. Try to keep all of this length as you swing that right hand down to your leg, to the block or to the earth, and then reach the left hand up for triangle pose. So Mark, if you want to grab a block, put your hand on it, that might help. All right, reach through the left fingertips, pull the right fingertips up off of the earth, and bring it back through and bend through that knee back into your warrior two. All right, let's all windmill our hands, frame the foot, and step back into a downward facing dog. All right, everybody shift forward into a plank and come all the way down to your stomachs. All right, toenails press down into the earth, come up onto your forearms for Sphinx Pose. So in Sphinx Pose, you want your elbows in line underneath the shoulders, palms flat on the earth. Okay, we're gonna press through the toenails, so much so that our kneecaps come up. We're engaging our thighs that much. Draw the belly button up away from the earth and into your spine. Press through the palms, press through the forearms, and then energetically take your elbows back, heart forward. Don't forget to breathe. And then go ahead and release down, pull your hands back, tuck those toes, and come on up, downward facing dog. Take a breath in as you look forward, and on your exhale, journey to the top of your mat, finding that forward fold. Inhale it up halfway. Exhale, plant the hands. This time, step the right foot back. We're gonna come up, high lunge, so left knee over the left ankle, right heel is lifted, high lunge. So again, if you need stability, you can take this right foot out to the right just a little bit, and that might help. All right, hands behind your back, opposite thumb on top, funky grip. Take an inhale here, exhale, knuckles back, shoulder blades on your back. Nice strong right leg here, keep lifting up through the right thigh. Take a breath in, and if you'd like to, take the knuckles down behind you a little bit closer to the floor, heart towards the sky. Release, reach it up. And we're gonna find that warrior two. So right foot flat, arms out into a T, torso faces the long right side of your mat, gaze is over the left fingertips. Flip your left palm and then reach it up and reach it over towards the back of your mat, other way, other arm. Yeah, it's okay. And then bring it back through warrior two. Straighten through the front leg. Again, turn that torso if you lost it. Reach the left fingertips towards the top of the mat. Think length, length, length in those ribs. And then reach the fingertips down to a block, down to the earth or down to your leg. Right hand up. Using the side body, reach up through the right fingertips so much that your left ones come up off of the earth, and then bring the arms back to parallel and bend back into that warrior two. Windmill the hands, frame the foot, step back, downward facing dog. Shift your weight forward into a plank, and either knees up or knees down, lower back down to your stomach. Come back onto the forearms for Sphinx Pose. Toenails into the mat, belly button to the spine, pressing through the palms, pressing through the forearms. Drag your heart forward towards the top of the mat. And then go ahead and slide the hands back. Come on down, curl those toes, and come on up, downward facing dog. Couple breaths here. And then let's come down to your knees. All right, so we're gonna do puppy dog pose here. So puppy dog pose, if you kind of think of it like child's pose with your hips up, it's actually a really big back bend here. So if you need a little bit of height, there's always, you can use a blanket or even block, but go ahead and from this tabletop, come down to your forearms, and then we crawl our hands forward. The goal is to get the chin down to the earth. And this is where if you need a little bit of height, you can grab a prop. And then if you can't get the chin, take your forehead down. I should have said that. The goal is really to get your heart all the way down, but for most of us, that's just not gonna happen. It's also called melting heart pose. All right, and then come on back up through your forearms, back up into a table. All right, so we're gonna do a couple more of those bird dog crunches. So reach your right hand forward and take your left foot back. Again, turn the toes to face the mat and press the heel back. Inhale here, exhale, elbow to your knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, crunch. Inhale, reach. And crunch. Go ahead and reach it out. And then hand and knee come down. I was not engaging my abs there and I started to tip over. So pull the abs in, everyone. Squeeze it all in. Reach your left hand forward and your right foot back. Belly button to the spine. Take a breath in. Exhale, elbow to knee. Inhale, reach. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach. One more time, crunch it in. And then reach. And back to that tabletop. Okay, take your right foot back, take your left foot back, find a plank pose. And lower down, chaturanga, all the way to your belly. All right, this time, take the toenails into the mat and bring your hands to your sides, chin starts down on the mat. We're gonna do Locust Pose, Shavasana. So just like before, we need to engage our lower half. So press the toenails in so much that your kneecaps come up. Think about drawing the belly button away from the mat. Inhale, bring the chin up. Bring the fingertips up. Reach the fingers towards the feet. If you'd like to, take the toes up off of the mat. If this is too much on your back, take the toes back down. Keep on reaching. And then bring it down to the mat. All right, so we're gonna try that again. Inhale, reach up to the chin and the chest, fingertips, toes. Keep engaging through the abs. Think about taking the head, the face towards the top of the mat and the toes towards the back of the mat. Think length here, not height. And then take it down. All right, option to do that again, or if you want to take a bound locust, bring your hands behind your back, take that clasp we were working on. And then this time when you inhale, straighten your knuckles back towards the bottom, letting that lift your chest, lift your chin, lift your toes. And then take it down. Bring your hands in front of the pillow, bend your knees and windshield wiper back and forth. All right, and then take it down and let's come back up into that tabletop position, please. All right, so we're gonna do a couple of leg pumps here. I'm gonna turn this way. Actually, I'm gonna turn this way. All right, so let's bring the, we're gonna keep the right knee bent and bring it so the foot is flexed and up towards the sky. Leg is in line with the hip. And leaving this knee bent, we're just gonna pump it. We're gonna pump 1, 2, 3. We're gonna do 2 more, 4, 5, and take it down. Do the other one. So keeping the left knee bent, take the foot up and pump it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and down. All right, go ahead and step your feet back into a plank pose and then press right up, downward facing dog. Hold this dog for a couple breaths. We're gonna take that hip stack again. So go ahead and press to the left foot, raise your right toes up, bend your right knee and stack that hip over to the left, pulling up through the left shoulder so you're nice and square to the top of the mat. Maybe pressing down through the left heel just a little bit. And then straighten through the right leg and send that one forward in between the thumbs, however you need to get it there. All right, spin your back foot flat, and we're gonna come right up into Warrior 2 pose. So in Warrior 2, you might wanna widen your legs a little bit there, yeah. Back a little bit more, yeah. So knees in line over the ankle. Okay, so we're keeping our torso to the long left side of the mat. Take the hands behind your back and clasp your hands. Inhale, straighten your arms, and then turn your torso to the upper left-hand corner of your mat. So our feet are in Warrior 2, our torso is towards the top of the mat. Take a breath in here, exhale, bow towards that upper left-hand corner of your mat. Maybe rest your shoulder on your thigh if you can get that far. If this is good, go ahead and take it further, taking the head down to the inside of the leg, knuckles up towards the sky. Keep it at whatever level works for you. And then pull it up, release it, straighten to the leg, say ah. Reach towards the top of the mat and open back up into that triangle pose. Right hand down to the blocks of the earth of your leg, left hand up. Pull it back up, and we're gonna bend to the knee, windmill the hands, frame the foot, and step back into that downward facing dog. Press through the right foot, lift the left toes up. Bend the left knee, stack that hip, pull up through the right shoulder. Good. Straighten through the left leg, Bring it forward, plant that foot in between the thumbs. Okay, back foot spins flat, toes to the long side of the mat, crawl it up or sweep it up into your warrior two. So we're looking for our left knee in line over our ankle. Good, torso towards the long right side of the mat. Hands behind the back, opposite thumb on top. Inhale, straighten it away. Good. All right, welcome to stay here or turn that torso to the upper right side of your mat. Deep breath in, exhale, bow forward, abs in, long straight spine. If you can get there, go ahead and rest that shoulder on your thigh. If you can take it deeper, take that shoulder to the inside of the knee and crown of the head down. And then go ahead and pull it up. Swing the arms open, straighten the legs, say ah. Reach towards the top of the mat and triangle pose. Try to turn the torso to the long right side of the mat and then pull it back up. Quick bend through the knee, frame the foot, and step back, downward facing dog. And then take the knees down and find a child's pose. Big toes to touch, knees spread wide, crawl the hips back towards your heels. Good. Crown of the head, or I'm sorry, forehead down to the mat. All right, keep working on the side body here, keeping this child's pose. Walk your hands to the right side of your mat. Take your forehead with you. Press through the left sit bone so that you are still connected down there towards the heels. If it's accessible, take that left hand, reach it on top of your right. And then crawl those hands back through center and over to the left side this time. Taking a moment to press the right hip back towards the right heel. And then if it's accessible, crawling that right hand on top of the left. And then bring it back to center. Take a couple breaths here. And we're gonna come back up into that tabletop. Okay, so I promised a couple different versions of half bow here. So we're gonna do the first one from tabletop. So just like before when we were, let me go this way. Just like before when we were pumping our legs. So actually, sorry, forgetting where I am here. Okay, just like before, we're gonna pump the knee and the foot, but this time, reach. We're gonna do a combination of this bird dog, bend the knee, and then reach the left hand back towards the right ankle. If it's not accessible, just keep the reach, whichever way is, okay? So if you haven't tried it already, let's start with bird dog, right leg back, left hand forward, bend the right knee. Take a breath in here, exhale, reach the left hand, thumb down, back towards the ankle. See if you can get it. Shoulder opener, sorry. So twist the long left side of the mat. And then release it and come back to tabletop. Okay, so we have someone who's using the strap. I didn't cue it with the strap. You're always welcome to use the strap as well. Okay, so we'll try it on the other side. This time, right hand forward, left leg back. Bend through the left knee. Take a breath in, turn the thumb down, reach it around and back, twist towards the right side of the mat. And then go ahead and release, reach, come on down, come back into that child's pose, toes together, knees back, hips back, I mean. All right, let's come on back up through that downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna come back into warrior two. So step your right foot forward in between the thumbs, however you need to get it there. Spin your back foot flat, and we're gonna come back up into that beautiful warrior two. So right knee's in line over the ankle. Shimmy that back foot back as much as you need to get it there. All right, coming into side angle pose here. So just like in triangle, we wanna think lengthen the lower rib cage here. So reaching the right hand forward, keep this long, long, long right rib cage, bend your elbow and place it on your thigh. Reach your left hand up, pull the shoulder blade onto your back, and then reach over your ear towards the top of the mat. So again, we're looking to take that the chest to the long left side of your mat there. So reaching towards the top of the mat, pull back through the left shoulder as much as you need to, and then pull it back up. Straighten through the leg. Flip your palm, and we're gonna reverse our triangle. Reaching the right arm up and over. And bring the arms back to parallel, bend back into your warrior two. We're gonna try that again. Reach through the right arm, bend the elbow, place it on the thigh. Reach your left arm up and over your ear. Okay, little to no weight in your right arm. If you wanna try it out, press through the back foot, strengthen through your back leg, take your right arm off of your thigh and reach it forward. And then pull it up, open up. Go ahead and windmill the hands, frame the foot, come down, downward facing dog. All right, we're gonna do it on the other side. So bring your left foot forward, however you need to get it there, between the thumbs. And whenever you're there, spin the back foot flat, come on up, warrior two on the other side. Okay, again, thinking lengthen the left rib cage here. Reach the left fingertips forward. And once you get as far as you can, bend the elbow, place the forearm on the thigh. Reach the right arm up and over your ear towards the top of the mat. Nice strong back leg here. And then bring it up. Reach your arms out, straighten your leg. Flip your left palm and reverse that triangle. So yeah, towards the back of your mat. All right, come on back through. Bend through the left knee. We're coming back into that warrior two. Reach towards the top of the mat, lots and lots of length. Take the forearm to the thigh, reach the right arm up and over your ear. Press through the outside edge of that back foot, nice strong back leg. Take a breath in, exhale it out. If you want to try it, reach the left arm forward off of your thigh. And then pull it up, open it out. Windmill the hands, frame the foot, and come on into that downward facing dog. Bring the knees down, bring the forearms down, and take the feet back for Sphinx Pose. Okay, so again, elbows under those shoulders, press through the palms, press through the toenails, lift through the abs. Energetically drag those elbows back to bring your heart forward. Okay, so, yeah. All right, so just in this Sphinx pose, bend your right knee and then take it down. And then bend your left knee and take it down. All right, come on down, use your arms as a pillow. Okay, so we're gonna do half bow pose from Sphinx Pose. If the tabletop half bow, if you couldn't reach your ankle, you might need a strap to do it here. If not, you can just keep reaching if you don't have one available. If you do have a strap and you think you need it, go ahead and make a loop on the strap and place the strap around your foot right now. Okay, I'll just show you what we're gonna do. So we're gonna do from Sphinx Pose. I like it with my elbow bent here. Some people reach their hand out. Some people come this way. I like it from Sphinx Pose. So you might wanna play with it and see what works for you. We're just gonna bend through the knee and then reach the arm back for the ankle. Okay, so here we're going for heart opener or shoulder. So we're gonna try to stay square to the top of the mat, okay? So that's where we're going. Take whatever props you need, all right? Abs up and in, nice long spine, bend through the right leg, and then reach the right arm back for the ankle, square to the top of the mat, press the hand into foot, foot into hand. If you don't have a strap, and if you can't reach it, just keep reaching back. Good, and then take it down. We'll do the other side. So engage the lower half, press through the right hand, bend the left knee, and then reach the left hand around. And then come on down. And then let's come back down for a moment. Okay, so if that was super accessible and you'd like to try for full bow, we can go ahead and do it. In a normal class, when I would have lots of nobody online and everyone able to use props, we would be using blankets, bolsters, 2 straps, all of that. I'm not going to go through all of that today because I have too much time to clean all that. And not everybody at home has all those things. So a couple different options here. If you want to keep on working on that half bow that we just did. We can do that on both sides. If you want to just keep working, we're going to do full bow from locust. So you can always do that locust pose again and just keep on working on this. Okay, if you think it's accessible and you want to try it, what we're going to do is from locust pose, bend both legs, reach for those ankles. Okay, if you have them, we want to have our knees hip distance apart. I like to flex through my feet and really feel that pressure then on the ankles, not on the feet. And then you inhale and lift up. Okay, again, not accessible for everyone. It's more of an intermediate pose, but a lot of this is accessible for a lot of people. So lots of options to work on. Okay, so honor your body, but think length. Don't think that you want to be folded in half. Think about bringing your heart forward, your tailbone back. Okay, all right. So if you're with me, locust pose, press the toenails in. We really want to engage the abs. Don't forget to breathe, but pull the belly button up into your spine. Inhale up through the chin, chest, fingertips, feet. Either stay here, or if you'd like to, bend your knees and reach for those ankles. If you have them, flex through the feet. Inhale, reach, don't push it. If it's not there, don't push for it. Don't forget to breathe. And then let it go. Bring your hands down. Okay, we are going to do it one more time. So again, even if you got it once, if you're not up for it a second time, do that locust pose, okay? All right, hands to your sides. It's really important to engage the abs, squeeze the thighs, pull the belly button up, inhale, chest, chin, fingertips, toes up. Keep reaching towards the back. And if you'd like to, bend the knees, grab for the ankles, and then press feet into hands, hands into feet. And then release it down, hands as a pillow, bent in the knees, windshield wiper back and forth. That was awesome, you guys. The funny thing is when I take a class like that, I hold my breath and I can barely breathe. I don't know how it is I talk while I'm doing it. All right, let's come on up through tabletop and come on up through downward facing dog. Just for a moment, just to stretch it out. Make whatever movements you need here in this dog, bending one knee, straightening the other. Static your dog, press through the knuckles, press through the fingertips. Press the chest back towards the thighs, hips up towards the sky. And then bring your knees down. And then let's swing around onto your bottoms. Grab a sip of water if you need it. I'm trying really hard to leave time to cool down at the end of class. I have a really bad habit of taking us like all the way to Shavasana. So I'm trying really, really hard. All right, so did lots of back bending. We did some twisting today to open up the shoulders and the side body, but so I definitely want to even all this out with some bigger twists. So take your left foot out in front of you and bend through the right knee. Go ahead and hold on to it for leverage to sit up really nice and tall. Okay, so thinking about, again, that long spine, crown of the head up. Thinking about not a severe cow, but we're thinking the opposite of cat here. Okay, so this is step one. If it's accessible, take the right foot over the knee. Excuse me, when I say if it's accessible, if you start to feel this hip popping up, you either need to be sitting on a blanket or taking the foot back. Okay, so anytime you have to change your body structure to hunch or to lean to access it, then you've gone one step too far. Just take it back to the bus stop before that, okay? So if you want to take it one further, then we bend this right knee and take your right heel to the outside of, or I'm sorry, left heel to the outside of your right hip, which again, not accessible for everyone, totally fine. If you feel this hip popping up, take it back. So find whatever works for you. Are you connected? Okay. All right, nice long tall spine. Take your right hand behind you. Reach your left arm up. Take a breath in here. Exhale, turn your torso towards the right side of your mat. Keep reaching up though through the fingertips. Using the side body to turn. Now bend the left elbow and hook it to the outside of that knee. Or hold on to it with a hand. All right, inhale, reaching the crown of the head up. We want lots of length here. Exhale, maybe pull that left shoulder forward just a little bit more. All right, another breath in here and release the twist. And we'll unpretzel yourself however you were, and we'll take it on the other side. And one side might, again, be different than the other, so just take it each step at a time. Take your right leg nice and long, bend through the left knee. Hold on to it and just sit up nice and tall and check in with yourself here. All right, take the left foot, cross it over, see if that's accessible. If your hip popped up, if you had to hunch forward, take it back. If you want to try the other one, we bend through this right knee, taking the right heel to the left hip. Again, if you feel yourself popping up to get there or hunching over, just straighten the leg or use a blanket. All right, left hand behind you, reach the right arm up. Take a breath in, exhale, turn the torso, but leave the arm lifted up. And then go ahead and bend through the elbow, hook it to the outside of the knee, or use your hand to hold. Make sure you're nice long spine. And then on your exhale, maybe twist just a little bit deeper. And then go ahead and release and unpretzel yourself. All right. So left leg stays long, right foot to the inside of the left thigh. So kind of in a tree pose, which we didn't do today, but just pretend. Flex through the left toes, pull them towards your knee, sit up really nice and tall. Inhale, reach your arms up. Turn your torso over that left knee. So there's a very, very slight twist here. Keep reaching it up, and on your next exhale, reach forward. Remember how we did it in those lunges? Nice long spine, nice and slow, engage the abs, and then release the hands down to wherever they land, whether it's on your knee, your thigh, your calf, your foot. If you're super flex, grab a block, reach around the block. If you need a strap, use a strap. Lots of options. Keep the foot flex. Yeah. And then crawl it on back up, and we'll do it on the other side. So right foot forward, left foot into the thigh. Sitting up nice and tall. Have whatever props you need available. Inhale, reach it up. Torso over the knee. Exhale, reach forward, use the abs, long spine, lots and lots of length, and then release the hands down to wherever they land. Use whatever props you need to deepen this stretch. Crown of the head goes towards the toes. Stomach goes down towards the thigh. And then release it and crawl it back up. All right, straighten both legs. We'll do Kashimotonasana. So move the flesh away from your sit bones. Take that spiral of the thighs. Flex through the feet. Press the thighs down towards the earth and lengthen through the spine. Think about the abs. Again, we're going to do that same thing where we reach forward just like we did in those high lunges. Reach your arms up. On your exhale, reach it forward nice and slow. Engage the abs, long spine. And when you get to your limit, take the hands down. Inhale the head towards the toes. Exhale the stomach towards the thighs without losing all that engagement in your lower half and in the abs. And then release it, crawl it back up, and we'll come down to your back. So bend through the knees, hold on to the back of the thighs, and roll it on down. Pull your knees into your chest, give yourself a hug. Rock and roll from side to side. And one of my very favorites, hold on to your right knee, please. Let your left leg go long on the mat. Take your left hand, put it on the outside of your right knee, and let your right arm go long on the mat, pressing the palm down into the earth. Take a breath in here, then exhale, guide the right knee over to the left, leaving your right shoulder blade pinned firmly on the mat. Only go as far as you can without losing that shoulder. And breathe into it. All right, go ahead and bring it back up to neutral and pull the left knee in to meet it, hug it in. And then let the right leg go long. Right hand to the outside of that knee. Left arm goes long on the mat, plant that shoulder down. Take a breath in, exhale, guide the left knee over to the right, planting the shoulder down, only going as far as you can without it popping up. And then bring it back up to center. Pull that knee in again. Give yourself a hug. All right, plant both feet down on the mat, leaving your knees bent. Take your feet wider than hip distance, maybe to the outer edges of your mat. Cactus your arms, so the backs of your hands are on the mat or on the earth, and then let both knees fall over to the right side. All right, if you want to deepen this, you can take that right foot and place it on your left knee and use that as leverage to pull that knee down just a little bit further. Trying to keep both shoulders planted on the ground. And nice steady breath. If you've taken that option, take your ankle off of your knee and then bring both knees back up through center and then on over to the left side. Check in on this side, both shoulders on the ground. If you want to deepen it, left foot comes onto the right knee. And then go ahead and release that. Bring both knees up. Pull them into your chest, and we're going to do happy baby pose. So our arms come to the insides of those knees, but then reach for the outsides of the feet. Feet come up towards the sky. Okay, if this isn't accessible, you can take one foot down and both hands to one foot at a time. Make whatever movements you need here. Maybe you're rock and rolling from side to side, or if you've taken half happy baby, switching it out. Try to take your tailbone down towards the earth when you do this. Take any last movements that might feel good here that we didn't do in class today, any last stretches or breathing you need to do. And when you're ready, we're going to come into our final resting pose of Shavasana. So we did a lot of back stuff here today. If your feet out long don't feel good on your low back, don't do it. You can always put a bolster or a blanket under your knees. You can always come into constructive rest pose where our feet, our knees are bent, feet are wider than hip distance, your knees come in together to touch. Sometimes that feels really good on the back. Or if it's comfortable, feet out long, palms up to the sky. Whatever works for you for your final resting pose. And just take this moment to get comfortable using whatever you need to. Once you're there, do a quick body scan. Where are you still holding on to energy? Where are you still tight? Unclench your forehead and release your jaw. Let your shoulder blades sink down into the mat as you let go. Let your feet hang heavily to both sides if they're out in front of you. Everyone take a nice big deep breath in. Then exhale, let it all out. Let go of any muscular energy you're still holding on to. Sink firmly into the mat and just be. slowly start to reconnect with your body, with your mind, and with your breath. Make some small movements in your fingers, your toes, wrists and ankles. Go ahead and reach your arms overhead, feet toward the center of the room. Nice big stretch in here. And on your next exhale, go ahead and pull those knees back into your chest. Give yourself one last big hug in. Make any last movements here that might feel good. When you're ready, we're going to meet in a seated position, either rolling to one side and pressing yourself up, or if it feels good to rock and roll on your spine and meet me in a seated position. Either eyes closed or soften your gaze towards the floor in front of you. And remember, I bow to the goodness within myself, the true eternal teacher. The essence inside of me takes the form of pure joy, pure awareness and bliss. Always present, luminous, and full of peace. This essence is my true nature, independent in its existence, full of light, and always supporting me. Thank you all so much for sharing your Sunday morning practice with all of us here today, for opening your heart, opening your mind, opening your bodies. The light and love in me honors the light and love in each of you. Namaste. Thank you all. I can't tell you how nice it was to hear all that namaste at the same time after teaching alone for so many months. All right, I'm going to come forward and say goodbye to our friends here online, see if we have any questions. Hi, all.